Hi again, folks. Martin Lehner here from Orange Technology. And this is just more of a trivia thing for you guys. You're used to seeing me in the office explaining business management for IT businesses. So something unique for us here in the north, as you guys know, I'm from Whitehorse here in the Yukon, so on the Canadian side of Alaska, pretty far north. And I always laugh when I see all this discussion about server room cooling and server closet cooling and air conditioning and making sure things don't overheat, because, well, here we kind of have the opposite issue, especially in the winter. And I just want to demonstrate this for you guys really quickly. This is a computer. I'll just show you guys here. So this was sitting in my server room. My server room sits at about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It is humidity controlled as well. So this thing was running in there. It's been running for a couple days, and then I turned it off. I brought it outside and I plugged it in. And I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm gonna unplug it really quick. Remember, it's been running for about an hour and a half outside, so I'm gonna plug it back in. So you guys can hear that. Obviously that's not normal beeps by any means. And if you guys take a look at the back here, let me spin it around so it's in the light for you. That is a lot of ice buildup. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's a lot of ice that is formed here on this fan. This fan is not spinning anymore. The power supply here, you can see that is all iced up as well. Again, that is from an hour and a half of being outside. So, this is one of those things where the IT world is really situational. It really depends where you are and what you're doing. In this case, this server got super cold and is not functioning, not because it overheated, but because it got really cold. So in a lot of server rooms that I see, and to be honest, they're more server shacks or closets kind of thing, a lot of them face an outside wall. So even in my own office, my server room, which is a small 4x4 room, it actually faces an outside wall. Now again, here in the Yukon, it gets very cold. Right now it's minus 36 degrees Celsius. If I remember correctly, it's about minus 44, 45 Fahrenheit, something around that. Now that's actually how cold the air is. If you factor in the wind chill, it is actually minus 53 outside. So 53 Celsius, that's about minus 67 Fahrenheit. Now that's pretty cold. It's really cold. So if you think about it, if you lose again, being up here in the Yukon, we don't have a really good power grid. I mean, we of course have electricity and power, but it's not a power grid. In terms of if something goes down, if something happens down the street, somebody cuts a line, a power pole falls over, whatever, I'll lose power, right? And it might be out for a few hours. So it's funny because in the wintertime, we actually heat our server rooms. If we don't have a lot of servers running or a lot of equipment running, and there isn't any HVAC in the room and there's a closed door, it gets cold, especially if your server room is attached to an outside wall or has an outside wall. So what happens is we actually wind up putting a small space heater in, thermostatically controlled, and it actually heats the server rooms. So the thing I have to think about and worry about is what happens if the power goes out and the server room gets really cold, because then I get ice formation, right? Yeah, the server might not be running and things like that, but as soon as the power comes back on, and that could be 4, 5, 6, 7 hours later, as soon as the power is fired back on, all these systems try to start up and then they sound like that. And that's really not good. So just it's just something to think about, is your situational awareness for anything, and especially in IT. It depends where you live. If you live in Arizona, yeah, you're worried about keeping your servers cool. if you're in the north, if you're in Alaska, you're worried about also making sure they're warm enough. So yeah, just a little piece of trivia for you guys.